Many people will try to deny it, but I think it's already clearly written in front of us that Kylian Mbappe is one of the greatest talents of our generation. And the people who deny it and are still watching this video, please consider subscribing. Yay! Nevertheless, that's a debate for another day. But today I'm gonna be discussing Kylian Mbappe's stats, his key performances, his trophies, awards, and everything else he's achieved in the past season to conclude that does he deserve to win the Ballon d'Or. Well, 45 goals and 7 assists in 60 games throughout the season is an absolutely brilliant stat, considering that he was also able to win the European Golden Boot along with the La Liga top scorer award known as the Pichichi Trophy over Robert Lewandowski, who managed to score just 4 goals less than him. In La Liga, he scored 31 goals out of the 34 matches he played. That is absolutely brilliant, and had 0.96 goals per 90 in the league, while having 1.05 GA per 90 in the league. That is absolutely mind-blowing because it means that he averaged almost a goal contribution in every single match he played. He had 0.9 XG per 90 and his season-long XG was 28.62, which means that he was able to surpass his expected goals. He scored 7 penalties and bagged 3 hat-tricks in the league. He took 3.9 shots per 90 to score a goal. He took a total of 113 shots. I know that is a lot, but only managing to make 36 shots of them on target is not very, not very good for Madrid. But on the positive side, this means that he was able to convert most of the shots he had on target, which shows how clinical Mbappe is now as a striker. He made a total of 1,033 passes, out of which 884 were accurate with an accuracy of 85.58. He attempted 162 dribbles, out of which 79 were successful. You might think that this is a lot. Well, it is a lot, but it is nothing as compared to the likes of Lamine Yamal, who have 120 plus dribbles in the league. That's just absolutely mind-blowing. And another mind-blowing stat is his 41 offsides in the league. No wonder they called him M offside. Well, he was able to overcome that and the second half of the season, and we just knew that this man has now adapted to the league and will be scoring loads of goals, which he was able to do. He was dispossessed 50 times. He won 132 ground duels, which is a lot, and only won 4 aerial duels, which is not a lot. But considering that he's not that kind of striker who will be there in the aerial duels and is a tall one to just win the headers, it's good. Yep, it's okay for the kind of player he is. He took a total of 9 penalties throughout the season, but was able to he took only 9 penalties in the league, but only was able to convert 7 of them, missing 2. Now let's come to the number of trophies he has won. Well, I've already mentioned that, I think, or maybe not, but it is the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Intercontinental Cup. In the UEFA Champions League, Madrid were able to get to the quarterfinals, but were absolutely thrashed by Arsenal there. In La Liga, they came second. In the Copa del Rey, they came second. In the Supercopa de España, they came second. Well, Arsenal beating us might have been the play for Arsenal because we just started to come second. Well, they did too in the Premier League. The curse is with them still, but Madrid finishing second in almost every competition is like very bad for them, because they are a club that is hungry for trophies. But now, as Mbappe has fully adapted to the Madrid system, well, almost, because the manager has changed, but the glimpses of Mbappe playing under Xabi Alonso show us that he will be ready next season. All we can do is hope for the best. Well, we also saw some glimpses of Mbappe's absolute brilliance last season. One of them was his first hat-trick for Real Madrid against Valladolid in the league. 3 goals, first hat-trick, let's go. But really, the time when Mbappe truly stepped up for Madrid when almost no one other was his hat-trick versus Manchester City in the preliminary round of the Champions League. This was a very crucial moment in the tournament, because the winner of this match would have gone through, but the loser, yup, they would have been eliminated without even playing the round of 16. Fortunately for Mbappe, he was the one who guided Madrid to make sure that City were the team who get eliminated. And another absolutely brilliant performance by Mbappe was his hat-trick against FC Barcelona. Mind you, they were the La Liga, Supercopa de España and Copa del Rey champions last season. He was able to score 3 goals against them. You know what the funny part is? Madrid still managed to lose. Now, because of this match, people were starting to think that maybe Mbappe is not the problem at all. It's really the other team or the tactics or I don't know what, but Mbappe did show everyone that he was not the problem at all, and that he is ready for any challenge that will face him in the following season. It's truly unlucky for Mbappe, man. He scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final, the biggest stage ever, but his team lost. And he scored a hat-trick at Barcelona's home stadium, not the Camp Nou, but the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, but was able to also lose that match because of his team this time. And another key performance, it's a multiple match performance, would be his 8 games scoring streak in all competitions. Brilliant. And this was the time when Mbappe was absolutely unstoppable. Week in, week out, he made sure that his name was on the top of the scoring list. Talking about his individual awards, he was obviously in the La Liga team of the season. But he fell short of the player of the season despite winning the Pichichi award. In the Champions League, he did not make the final cut, and in the Club World Cup, he was injured most of the time, but that might have been a good thing, because Gonzalo Garcia came through and made sure that Madrid at least reached the semi-final where they were bantered, although Mbappe was starting, but that's a story for another day, man. Story that I would not like to repeat at all. Nevertheless, finally, when I have come to the conclusion that is Mbappe a deserving Ballon d'Or winner or not, considering he has only won 2 trophies that officially don't even count in the 24-25 season, they count in the 23-24 season when Mbappe wasn't even at Real Madrid. So yeah, even though he is amongst the goals and managed to win the European Golden Boot above Victor Gyökeres, who obviously scored more goals than him, it's safe to say that he ain't winning it, because today's Ballon d'Or is not about individual performances, it's about, being good for the team. Hear me out, Mbappe has been good for the team, but he is, a little unlucky, because when he left PSG, they won the Champions League that season and won every single trophy except the Club World Cup. Yeah, it's just indicating that he might have been the unlucky thing for Madrid. I hope that changes this season, but from his former team, PSG, Ousmane Dembele, and from his rival team, Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. Heck, even Lewandowski has the same amount of almost same amount of goals on all competitions as Kylian Mbappe, and so does Sergio Girassi. So what do you mean that Sergio Girassi, although he hasn't won anything, not even a last season trophy, would be a deserved Ballon d'Or winner because of the amount of goals he has scored? Obviously not now. So just think realistically. Victor Gyökeres, although he has scored almost, 60 goals and has almost 80 GA, does he deserve the Ballon d'Or over the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha and Ousmane Dembele? No. Yup, that's the reason. Mbappe might finish in the top 10, but he is not winning the Ballon d'Or. Don't be delusional, Madrid fans, like Barcelona fans are. We all have to think realistically. Anyways, that was my prediction, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, adios, and don't forget to subscribe. I forgot to mention, we have officially reached 50 subscribers on this channel. Keep growing, guys. I count on you. And yup, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, adios.